Hello and welcome. Today is all about Ninjago and Monkey Kid, and I need your help with what sets are going to come next. Now I'm going to show you the display of how it looks like currently. We'll have a quick look online on the LEGO website of what sets I'm talking about adding in. It is currently double VIP point weekend as well, so depending on how the comment section goes for this video, I might be able to pick up some of these sets in a couple of days. So as the display looks like at the moment, we have got the gardens, then I've left space where I think the new set for the market could go potentially, and then we wrap it around into the city. And then we've got the docks, and then we've got the Destiny's Bounty, and then we've got loads and loads of space in the middle, which I want to fill with different sets. And I need your advice of what set I should get next, like I said, and if it should be a Ninjago or a Monkey Kid. Bearing in mind, you've got to keep consideration the price as well. But we'll have a look on the LEGO website now, because like I said, it is double VIP points. First thing we're going to have a look at is the Monkey Kid sets. Now, I have what I think is a perfect ride, because what I haven't yet said is that my whole display is based on a theme park. Now, I think this new Dragon of the East Palace will be perfect for like an Atlantis walkthrough attraction with all the fish and everything on the front. Now, if you don't know, I walk around all the different Legoland parks, and every single Legoland park has an amazing underwater section, either a walkthrough like they've got in Billund and Germany, or they've got the ones that dip underground like they have got in Dubai, Windsor and America as well. But you can see on the front just here, you've got all the amazing detail with the fish, and I think it just looks really, really nice with these two characters to the right hand side, and then you've got another two characters to the left where they would just work perfectly with regards to it looking like it should be part of an actual theme park. Obviously the whole set's supposed to be underwater, but that kind of works well because obviously the ride itself is underwater, and I think because the back opens up as well, it can then potentially double up as a eatery, I do believe. So you've got this bit here where it looks like things open up and shuts, but if that shuts, that gives us a good nice wall. And then on the back just here, you can see up at the top, you have obviously got different sections where they can sit down and do things, but then at the same time, get back to that box, you can see just here you've got the little bits and pieces, which you won't see too much, but we'll be having a look at the fascia, and it does come with some really nice minifigures, I think. So I think all of those would be perfect sort of cast and crew for the actual theme park. So I think that could work quite well, because you could double those up. But it does depend on the location and where we think this set could go from. Now, what I am thinking is behind in the far corner, so I think maybe that set could go against that orange wall just there, or you can actually then see it potentially through the new Ninjago market, because obviously the Ninjago market is open. So would that look quite nice where the spring lantern set is just there, or do I put it smack in the middle? And what we do is have a nice walkway around, and then we just put a load of water around it as well to give it that sort of feel of a nice attraction. Then obviously all of this is just our sort of Ninjago theming. It's in Ninjago land, and all of these are working shops and everything like that, which again I think would be perfect with regards to theming for a theme park, and it's just a really nice big display. But that is the idea for this. Now, what else do we think would work? Now, the next one that I'm thinking of potentially is this, and I've been looking at this for ages. I think the price point of this is fantastic. So let me just go back for a second, because the price point of this is 1699. This is where I'm going to need your help and advice again with regards to brick count and VIP points. So double these points, it's 1360, times that by 2, and then obviously you can work out it's £5 per 800 points. I'll let you guys and girls work that out for me in the comments, but it's 2,364 pieces for 169.99. Now, I've got a very funny feeling the next one, which is this one, is in the 2,000 mark, but it's only 119.99. So see, it's 2,187, but it is only 960 VIP points. So you get obviously quite a few less, but the brick count is there or thereabouts the same. But I really, really think this works nicely. Now, it is a bit of a modular set as well. I've done a bit of research into it, so obviously you can, if you want to, just have a street and take it all off, and you can just strip it completely if you wanted to. So you can just have it as it stands, and again it's almost like a mini downtown version of Ninjago. I think it looks quite nice, but we could have this almost as a ride, and it's just basically the ride of Ninjago as well. So we could use both Monkey Kid sets as the ride, and then the rest of the Ninjago is theming, but these could be working shops. So this is very, very similar obviously to the teeny tiny Duplo bits and pieces that they've got at all the Legoland parks, and it's just like a teeny little monorail, isn't it? It just goes round in a circle. But the issue with this is the shape. and where this one would go. So that's something that you need to consider, but I really do like this set. Now, obviously, what you've got to bear in mind is the price, because if I am thinking of getting the Ninjago market as well, if I get both of these sets at the same time, I'm only just a little bit shy of getting the market. But then if I get the market, it will then close off that gap. So would it be better if I got these, for example, first, one, then the other, and then got the market last? Do I get the market first and then get these individually and save up for it? What is it you would do? Because I can't get them both. I can't get all of them at the same time, but I do want to try and get all three of these this year. And I think out of all of them, the one that I'm looking at now is more than likely to retire. So that's the minifigures. Now, they are a throwback to the Bionicle, I do believe, but they remind me very, very much more of the two robots that are actually at the Lego house in Billund. So I think it's a bit of an Easter egg to two things that's going on. And the other thing that I really like on this, if we go to the inside of one of the pictures, where are we going to be? There is, if I click on the back of the box, there it is, just there. You've got a tribute to an Easter egg and a tribute to every single older Lego set. So where she stood with her little Lego bag, look, you've got all of these boxes as almost like a vintage throwback Lego store. So each one of these, again, is a modular thing. I think it looks really nice, but you have got the Ollie the Dragon at the front, and I do not have a Lego store located within the theme park. But the other thing you can do is that because it is completely modular, you can actually put the modular buildings in different places. So you can actually display it however it is you want to. So you can take them off, you can take them back on again. So do we think it could work? Would this work well within the Ninjago section? It's a simple yes, no. And then what I need to do, need your help to do by the end of the video, is obviously what order I get them in. Because obviously this is the cheapest. So this would be the easiest to get now. So I could potentially get this straight away. And with this, I then get the giveaway purchase of the Pirates as well, which is obviously a really nice little thing. But the issue is, again, with this, is where do I put it? That is the problem, because it's an awkward shape. It's obviously a circular shape. So I'm not too sure if I could add it on beside this, for example, and it drops down. Or this goes into the middle, and we've got like the little middle island, and then sort of Atlantis comes off, and it comes across the back. It's just the placement of everything, because it is a little bit awkward, but there is a huge amount of space. So if you are wondering how many base plates, we've got 4 base plates wide, and it is basically 3.5 base plates deep, because that's a base plate and a half. So that's another base plate. So we'll say 3 base plates as well. And a bit, you've got a little bit more than that. You've got that much more than 3 base plates deep, but we can, if need be, go over again, or I can go all the way across the back and then sort of cut it in at that angle, and then we can make some really nice displays. All we've got up here is like our little funfair section. None of this side has been touched yet whatsoever. This is why this is such a mess. That is going to probably stay there for now, and then it might get moved at a later date, but I want to get all the walkway in on that. Now, there is something potentially we could do as well, because there is one other set which I'll show you. But what I thought we might be able to do is almost stick some base plates onto the wall and create almost like a vertical path coming up and zigzagging through, because this is supposed to be our sort of really nice walkway and sort of all the nice paths and things. But that leads me on to this set, which is, if hopefully it's at the top, this one. So we've got the hideout. Now this is very, very similar to the waterfall set. And I thought if I can get this sort of at the midpoint between the Monkey Kid sets that we've been looking at, and obviously up by the Rivendell set, I thought that might be like a good go-to. But if I remember rightly, these all come off. These are modular as well, and you can chop and change them, I think, with, yes. So these all come off, and I think you can actually add these on to the other set, because it's on the back of the box, I think. I have seen something where it adds on to the other one. So if it's not this one, I need to quickly go through the website and have a look, because at one point they did hint and suggest that the other set that we just looked at, which is the one just up at the top, we go back, this one here, they were potentially going to do an expansion too. So that'd be an interesting thing. But I don't want to get sidetracked. Obviously, I could spend hours and hours and hours talking about all of this. Now, there is loads and loads of Monkie Kid sets. What I might do is I might do a completely separate Monkie Kid video and just see if there's anything that I should have backtracked and things like that. But they're the sets that I've sort of eyeballed at the moment. That is the Fruit Mountain. That's the beautiful thing that I've already got. And I had completely split that up and I've put that up at the top in our Rivendell. So that's the good thing about the Monkie Kid sets, because what you can do is you can obviously just take them and then you can just split them around. So as we've got the bits up there, we've got the staircase in the bottom right, then I've mixed it with the trees, and we've got the Rivendell, then we've got the waterfall, and then we've got some trees from the A-frame, and then we've got the Rivendell Rapids coming down, and then it comes up to the picnic table for the Rivendell, and then we've got the tree house, and then we've got the A-frame trees, and then we've got the A-frame, and then obviously what I want to do is just really tie that in nicely, and then all of this is going to be our roller coaster section. Obviously, I want to do a Monkie Kid Ninjago section there, and then we got like the superhero section, all as the L shape, and then we've got a T-Rex section in the far corner. So there is quite a lot going on. We'll sort of play it by ear and figure it out. But now the next two things that I want to have a look at is, obviously that's perfect, is this. Now, price. Think of it, because the other two together, you're not far off this. And you have got 2,560 VIP points, obviously double that. 6,163 bricks, so it's almost double bricks, I think, because it's it's 4,000, wasn't it? It's 2,000, 2,000 for the other, so not quite double, obviously, but it's 2 base plates. I think the combined space that the other one takes up would be more than 2 base plates, but what I do like on this one is the fact that this is all open on the middle. So you can see just where we got that bridge just there. If we spin that round, you can just imagine that bit just there. So you'd be looking through that sort of central bit, and then you've got all the walkway and things around it. I just really like that it's open, because I love these. I absolutely love how these are, but obviously you haven't got any space. You could got little hidey holes, which work really well, and then obviously you got the front on that. So I love these. I love how these connect up, and then you've almost got something completely different on the back. So you can see there, look, you've got all the really nice water. Now, even though I sort of gave this one a little bit of stick with not being so stable, you do have more openness on the inside, so you can get some really nice angles and some really nice photos. So I am hoping for the same thing. But obviously, with this being the price of what this thing is, it's not something that I'm going to be able to get in a heartbeat. So it's going to be a case of, do I wait a couple of weeks and then get this one? Or do I make the most of the double VIP points and get one of the other things first, and then every couple of weeks add to it? Because what I want to obviously try and do, and what I'm saving up for, is I'm saving up to try and go away somewhere as well, to much further afield. So either New York or Dubai is on the list. And what you've got to think of is that this price here is basically a cost of a flight. So that's the kind of things that I'm putting up against. However, the Ninjago stuff is by far my favourite theme. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think the Monkie Kid stuff works really, really nicely. Now, this takes us into one more thing. So again, we've gone through this in massive detail with regards to just how beautiful this set is. So if you want to see that in much greater detail, they are all available on the channel. I don't want to drag this video out too long. But again, you can see the dates. So we are the 10th. So the double VIP point started yesterday, and it's obviously going on to the 13th. So I could get one or the other of the Ninjago sets. That's not ideal. Or what we can do is get maybe some smaller stuff and then get the larger stuff after. Which way would you do it? Would you get, for example, the Monkie Kid stuff and then use the points later to get this at a cheaper price? It's much harder to work out when it's double VIP points. It's a lot easier when it's not, because obviously you would just go, I'll wait for it to go into a sale. But this is a bit of a difference. Now, I like this. I think this works very, very nicely with regards to just theming. And it will just work well with regards to it just being close to like the Spring Lantern set. The actual square footage it takes up, or stud footage, shall we say, is not massive. I've seen a couple of you get this, and I think it looks really, really nice. I just like the trees, and I just like all the bits and pieces at the bottom. And obviously, we could just use it as add-on theming, or potentially a shop or something like that, because what I want to do if I do start doing the Ninjago section is basically get it all before I move on to the next zone. But that leads us to something else in a second, which isn't in the title. But if you're sticking with me, then you'll know the sort of issue, because there's another theme that came out, which is the Jurassic Park theme, and I could get every single Jurassic Park set in one hit for the cost of one of the Monkey Kid sets and a half, I think. So that's something else to consider, which we'll have a quick look at. Now, there is one Ninjago set that I'm missing, and I don't know if they've got it. Now, they have got the temple. That's a beautiful looking thing, because I do need like a dojo type thing, because it would work perfect as a demonstration. But the original one from the original series, season 1, actually had the bit where it curved all the way round. So if I type that in quickly, would this be Ninjago? Come on, pop up with something. Just give me more than one choice. I was just going to give me that. Because I think it would look really nice for theming, but then at the same time, I just don't really think it's necessary at the moment. I just don't know whether to get some of the bigger things and then get the smaller things in the sale, and then just make the most of the double points that we've got. I can't see it. So yeah, I'm not too sure which way to go with that. So I need your help now with regards to, do I wait a couple of weeks and get the markets and then put that in, and then we've got all of them, and we can obviously make some nice videos with this, and then I can do a load of comparison videos with this, because just out of this one set I would obviously be able to make maybe 4 or 5 videos, because obviously I'd do good comparison sets with the city, the gardens and the docks, and see what they look like. And obviously each video will be about 20 minutes, half an hour, and then obviously it's got the unboxing video separate, so I could get some good content out of that if you guys and girls would like to see it. Obviously all the sets that I'm looking at, I only look at sets that I want, not just purposely getting just to actually make videos. So it's just the order of, so do I wait and get that, or do we have a look at these two? So I won't click on them again, but I really do think that the Dragon of the East Palace would work really nicely as a walk around Atlantis. So I think that would be a perfect walkthrough attraction for the fish, because even looking at even more just with all of this at the front, and by the looks of it, if this closes this seat off and it just looks like it's all water based, I think we could make a really nice just walk bit. And the nice thing is, obviously, it's got the big dragon, and then obviously the new series is all dragon based on the Ninjago as well. So I do like that one, but you've got to remember the cost. So you start adding those two up. So you're looking at 280, 290 for both of those, and you're not too far off the Ninjago set. So that's the issue, because if you got this one and then you waited a little bit and then you got this one, could you have just waited a couple of weeks and got the big one? We've all got big want lists, haven't we? So the other issue is this. So if you stuck with me, this will be the final issue. Come on. I know I've typed that in wrong, but it is what it is. These. Now, I have got the Jurassic Park gates. Now, I love this. Now, the reason why I've held fire on these sets is because, well, there, that's where it's going to go first. It's all going to go on this table. It's a bomb site. But I've got the gates. I've got the T-Rex. I think it looks very, very smart and very, very nice. But the reason why I have left every single one is that because they are in our local toy shops, which means every single one of these will go into a sale. So if you just eyeball all of that and you want to start adding it all up, you can get your calculators out. It's 114 plus 20 plus 46 plus 74. You can write in the comments plus 31 if I wanted this one, which I'd have to get because I've got Thighs himself. What a legend he is. So I'd have to obviously pick that one up just for the minifigure alone. But maybe I wait until they go onto a sale. But then you look at the points. And then you start adding all the points up. The points I don't think are anywhere near the points of the bigger sets. So I think maybe I'll wait until these come into a sale. Then I can just pick these up sort of bit by bit by bit. But I could get all of them in one hit and again just make one display, one and done, and then it's fully got, because once I've got all of these, they're not going to make any more of those out of the film, are they? And then it is just going to be very much a case of that's it, they're done, fully complete, can make a nice display. And jobs are good, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. But guys, I think that is basically it. I am done. So hopefully that's a short and sweet video, because I've obviously had to go between the two, so I don't know how long this has taken, but a quick recap. That is the space that we've got. Let me know what you would do. Would you get any of them? Would you get all of them? If you were to get all of them, what order would you get them in? Because don't forget, I am trying to save up to try and get away as well at some point. So we'll just see what we can do with that side of things. But I think we've got some nice space. We can make some nice displays. And like I said, I want to try and get this section sort of complete and done, and then move on to the next zones. What I really do want is I want the loop roller coaster as well this year if possible, and then we can have a good attack of that, and then we can just make some really, really nice displays up. But guys, let us know in the comments below your thoughts. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll catch you next one. Ta-da.